Good evening, guys. How y'all doing? I'm Dex Will. If you want to follow me on social media, it's comedian Dex Will, and I'll be there, being the person, I guess. I didn't end that sentence correctly, but okay, all right. So I had a couple situations to choose from, and I settled on one chick. I'm not gonna say her real name, but for this story, her name is TK. It was a pretty interesting way, or I guess a neutral way that we met. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, she cute. Oh, she got a dude. Never mind. Okay. All right. Don't look over there. All right. I can't tell. I don't know. Cause in Atlanta, you 40, make $40 real quick. But okay, yeah. So anyway, back to the story. I met this girl. Her name was TK. It was a neutral setting. My cousin invited me to a kickback that his homeboy was having. She was there. We actually got into an argument when I first met her because she's super religious. I am not. And a lot of people ask me, do I worship the devil? I don't worship the devil. I don't know why people keep asking me that.
That's an interesting one,
Like in the South, people just think like if you're not Christian, oh, you worship the devil, don't you? You ain't Christian, you worship the devil. I'm like, no, I don't worship the devil or Satan or anything.
All right, what did the devil do to you?
But yeah, so we kind of got into an argument back and forth, just talking about like religion and just thinking for yourself outside of religion, etc. And I guess she was so intrigued by me, we end up kicking it the next day. And this is where the story is gonna start getting interesting, and it's all the crazy bullshit y'all want to hear. Just look at you. You can't wait for me to say it, can you? You dirty son of a bitch. Okay. All right. So yeah, the next day we end up kicking it or whatever. And I was, trying to be a gentleman, real low key. I wasn't pushing her too hard or whatever. And she was about to get in the car, and I saw she had like an aunt, because we went to the park. She brought her daughter. She got a little girl. I was like, I'm not tripping. Went to the park, kicked it. She was finna get in the car, and she had an ant on her butt. And I said, I'm not trying to offend you or nothing, but you got an ant on your butt. You want me to get it off? She said, yeah. So I got it off and flicked it. And I was like, what did I say? I said, I'd be damned if that ant bites your butt before I do. Is she? And apparently that made her coochie wet, and we ended up going back to my spot. We didn't immediately start having sex, but she was giving me like a 45-minute hand job, and I'm like, look, like a 45-minute hand job. 45 minutes. And we'll pause the story for questions, comments, concerns.
That's it. The 45-minute hand shot. That's it.
To the end of the story. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so flash. We end up smashing or whatever, and she was tripping, and she made me buy a Plan B, and I'm like, because raw dogged it or whatever, but it was a long time ago.
Hell yeah.
So flash forward, we kind of started kicking it or whatever, and she felt some type of way. She made me buy the Plan B because she thought she might have got pregnant or something like that. And she ended up telling me, well, I just thought she was acting strange. So I'm like, what's up? What's going on? She was like, I'm just tripping the fact that we had unprotected sex. And I'm like, oh, well, I ain't got nothing. She's like, well, I do. And I'm like,
Oh,
No way.
She ain't got Jesus. She got chlamydia. Damn.
I beg your pardon. You got something? Like, what do you mean? You mean you gotta work tomorrow? You got change for $1? What do you got? You know what I'm saying? And she told me she had herpes.
No!
She had herpes. So I went and got tested immediately because we had been rocking, for like a couple weeks, Luckily, I didn't catch or contract anything. I'm clean for the record. Hey, look, I'm clean. You hear me? I'm clean.
Give it up for Jesus.
I wouldn't get up here and I would
This is the first story. This is number
I wouldn't
one.
condemn myself to never having sex again. I'm not gonna do that.
My nigga want to celebrate. I feel it.
But luckily, you know, ancestors was watching over, dodged that bullet.
Yo, you know what happened? You had to fuck a religious girl to find religions.
That's not what happened at all. It pushed me further away from religion because I'm like, Jehovah's Witnesses not just bothering you 8 o'clock in the morning. They passing out herpes. It's like, here's your pamphlet, here's your herpes, and you have
She
a
was
good day.
Jehovah's Witness?
She was a Jehovah's Witness. A Jehovah's Witness.
Interesting.
Not a Jehovah's, a Jehovah's Witness.
What happened after? What happened after? You obviously stopped talking to her, right?
She was so all over the place and like doing too much that it just fizzled out. We kind of stopped talking.
I love how her personality was the thing that did it, not the
She-
herpes. He was like, I was just feeling her vibes.
I mean, I didn't catch the.
She has herpes.
Seems to be more annoying than herpes.
I didn't get the herpes, so I didn't have a problem with the herpes. The herpes was cool. It was just like, it got to the point I would go to a crib, the herpes would be like,
No,
what's going on, fool?
seriously, we do have to like get rid of the stigma. You can only catch it if she had an outbreak.
Yeah, that's what I found out. Yeah. but she still should have told me. She still should have told me.
I used to teach sexual health. You're supposed to take it when you're not having an outbreak.
Really?
Right before an outbreak.
Right before damn, bro. So you got the bullet, my nigga.
I definitely dodged it.
All right, we got a question in the back. We got a question. How you doing, lady?
Janine, you guys, she's selling paintings, by the way. She did all of the paintings in this building right now. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, clap it up.
When did you get your STD check?
We were dating for at least like 3 weeks before she told me, and we were involved sexually. So as soon as she told me, that's when I went and got tested.
You get that because you know you gotta get it 3 months after. That's when you don't.
Well, this
Oh my. We gotta mic up the audience.
if I would have
We gotta
known
mic up the audience.
that I was gonna get up here with a bunch of childish adults
Noel Appling.
that can't talk about herpes without giggling. No, wait, wait, did I answer her question?
So yeah, no way.
How'd y'all end?
Like I said, it kind of just fizzled out because after that incident, it was a big, huge fight. She apologized and like gave me money, like a whole bunch of shit. She gave me money. Like she
She's a politician.
she wrote a letter. She left it on my doorstep. It was like a little Hallmark card. You know, the
Wait, they make
envelope.
a Hallmark card for herpes?
I guess that's.
She got you a birthday card for a breakout.
Hold on now, God damn it! If you almost give me herpes, I deserve a card. God damn
You
it!
deserve a card.
I deserve a card. Cause, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. My homie in the back, I'm like, bro, I'm about to. And it's like I don't condone hitting or touching anybody. Everybody keep your hands to yourself. But I was like, this seems like a good reason to slap a bitch. Like, if I gotta slap a bitch, this gotta be a good reason.
I mean, your genitals will get slapped periodically for life, so.
How much money was it?
Huh?
How much money?
It was only like I think like $100 or some shit like that. Yeah. It wasn't a lot.
Not y'all going off for $100.
Hey, bro, I ain't never got paid. I'm in Magic Mike.
Yeah, where'd y'all meet?
This is the thing. Like I said, I met her at a kickback, but this is the thing about it. If I could describe her, she fine as hell. She's the most proper ghetto classy woman I've ever met.
Classy, bougie,
Yes.
red.
If you look at her, you gonna think you gonna be like, oh, she live in Buckhead. You know what I'm saying? She drive a Benz, but she like ghetto and hood as fuck. But she's super proper.
Mel Mitch.
Okay, so when you said you wanted a picture of her and her daughter, and that's the move to end.
Yes.
Where did the daughter go when y'all was going?
That's what I was thinking about.
When I'm trying to, because this was a couple years ago, and I've been tested multiple times throughout the years. This was a couple years ago. Don't look at me like that. But I'm trying to remember the exact detail. I know her daughter was not at my crib, so I think we might have dropped her daughter off with her sister, but her daughter was not there. No, yeah.
All right, man. All right, time enough for my dog Dexter.
That was the first story. Thank you.
Brave,
That was
I'm brave.
great.
I made it through, y'all.
You did. Thank you.